So I've done my loops. I'm going to do chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Do your shell. And 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around. Going into row 13. Do your shell. Your 4 chain. And then 3 chains for the pineapples. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to do my 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's going to change up a bit now. I'm going to do my shell, 2 chain. Now we need to start a foundation of the next pineapple from here, which is just before that shell there. I'm going to do a 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm going to come inside of this 5 chain we have here and do my shell. 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 more double crochet. This is the first row of the foundation for the next pineapple that's going to go up. Chain 2. I'm going to jump the shell here and go directly into the next one. Chain 2. Okay, everyone. So I decided to go with the beige, with the off-white. Took the other one down because I was looking at it, and through the camera it looks like I can't see any stitch. So I don't want you guys to get confused. And I prefer to have taken it down and just do it with the clear colors so you guys can understand the stitch. So we left off over here, which I had showed you. This is row 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain. Okay. Coming inside of this 2 chain that we did here and doing another shell. Okay, which I already had showed you that. I'm just repeating it again just to make sure that we don't miss anything. Okay, so this is the foundation to the next pineapple. I'm going to do a 2 chain, and I'm going to skip this shell and come directly into the next loop. 1, 2 chain. Turn around, going to row 14, coming back in and doing my shell as normal. So we're just repeating what we've done here. Okay, so we're on here now. Okay, 2 chain, and what you can do is you can put a marker and follow through there also. Chain 2. Coming in the center of the 5 chain, I'm doing my 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain. Coming back in that same center, creating that loop, because the next row we're doing the 18 double crochets. Chain 2. Coming in the shell with shell. I'm going to do chain 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. But if your tension is loose, do only chain 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3 into the pineapple loops, and I'll meet you at the last one. Arriving at the end, I'm going to do chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into your shell with shell. And then you're going to do your 5 chains to turn around. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And create your shell again. So row 15, I believe. Okay, everyone. So chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come in and do your first loop. 1, 2, 3. And continue to do your 3 chains for the pineapples. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do your shell. And basically we're just going to repeat exactly what we did at the beginning. So chain 2, 18 double crochets. Exactly how we started the other pineapple. So if you look well, we've done the 7 chain, which is the previous row, and now we're just repeating the 18. Okay, and if you realize we have closed in this pineapple here with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attachments. So you know that on your 6th attachment, you have to do the next foundation for the pineapple. So if you want to put a marker, it's just right before the shell, then go ahead, put a marker there. And that's a reminder that you need to do on the next row, which is the row that goes right over. You need to do the shells with the 5 chain. Okay, so that you have to make sure that that you don't forget it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Your row 13 has 2 groups a shell. Okay, so we're going to do the 18 double crochets, and then of course chain 2 and shell, and we need to do the attachment again. Now we're going to keep doing the 5 chains once we keep growing this pineapple, because we don't need to attach it to anything. It's when we close the last one that we have to attach it so it can look all in one piece all together. So for this reason, I wanted to make sure you guys understood. For that reason, I've changed color to make sure that you guys are not missing out or having a hard time with the stitch or something like that. So I want to make sure that everything's okay. And I'd rather take it down and make sure that you guys can see very well the stitching on the pineapple, because sometimes mixed color is very hard to see the design. Okay, so I'm going to continue my 18 and then I'll come back to you. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 18 double crochet. Make sure you do have 18. Chain 2, do your shell. Your 2 chain and go into the next one. Could always fix this here. chain 2, turn around, and repeat everything again. Shell. Now what you could do, like I said, you can put your marker, follow through yours, or rewind the video and follow again the same procedure from here on to your next ones. So we're coming back on top of the double crochet, 1 chain space, next one, 1 chain space, and again. So we'll have 18 double crochets, 1 chain space between them. Okay, everyone, I've done my 18, 1 chain space, 2 chain, doing my shell, one, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Coming in, doing my pineapple loops, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Doing my 5 chain and doing my shell. And then your 5 chain to turn around. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Create your shell. And let me just check what row we're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Whoop, let me just recount that. So yes, row 17. So continue to do your shell. 1, 2, 3, 4 chain this time, and coming back in. 1, 2, 3 for the pineapple loops. I've done my pineapple loops. I'm going to do chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Doing my shell. Chain 2 and doing my 18 double crochets again, 2 chain space between them. Exactly what we did with the first one. Okay. So I finished my pineapple loops, chain 2, doing my shell. One, 2, into the next chain. 1, 2, going to row 18. Turn around and continue your shell. We're going to do the 3 chain for the loops for this pineapple. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Three chain, do your shell. Four chain for your second pineapple here. 3 chain shells, not shells, loops. One, two, three, four. Do your shell and your 5 chain to turn around. And I believe we'll be going to row 19. 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around. And again, create your shell. One, two, three, four. And then 3 for the loops of the pineapple. One, two, three, 4 chain, create your shell, and then your 3 chain loops. So we're doing a 3 chain here because we're just starting this pineapple exactly how we started here at the beginning with the 3 chains. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 3 chain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe 4 rows of 4. Anyway, you need to rewind and look at it because I can't even concentrate at this point. Okay. One, two, 3 chain only. Continue your 3 chain loops all the way to your shell, and then we're going to tie it in again on the next loop, but I'll meet you here on the shell. Okay, so this is what it's starting to look like. Of course, it's going to pull in together more once we start closing it up. Okay, so I'm at the shell, and so far we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So row 7 on here. And on here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so did our shell. Going to do 2 chain, connect on the loop, 2 chain again, and turn around. And just repeat again the shell and the 3 chain for the pineapple loops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then when you get to the end, you have your shell to do. Here is 4 chain, remember that. We have your shell, your 5 chain, and you got to come back. But I'll meet you there to make sure, okay? Okay, everyone, so I'm almost at the end. 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing your shell. And your 5 chain to turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn around. We're almost closing out this pineapple. Do your shell and your 4 chain and your 1 loop left. So did my shell, my 4 chain, my 3 chain loops, so you have 1 left, my 4 chain again. Do your shell. And of course, we're still working on this one here, so we'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 3 chain. Oops, making a mistake here. It's 2 double crochet, not 3. We're so used to making shells of 3, right? One, 2, 3. Continue your 3 chain loops. Done my 3 chain, going to create my shell. So you know each pineapple is hooked by 6. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we need 2 more. 2 chain, turn around, and we're going to be closing out the other pineapple, and soon starting this one, another one here. So creating the shell. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go into 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 3 for the pineapple loops. 4 is only at the beginning, at the end. So easy to get confused, isn't it, people? So create your loops, your 4 chain, your shell. One, 2, 3, 4. Create your last close out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your shell. Okay, you guys. We're going to take this shell out, which is the last one to close out this pattern. Okay. And what we're going to do to close it out, we're going to come on this second double crochet here with slip stitch. We're not doing the shell. You're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these loops to make sure that you're on the right track. The 5 chain loops, okay? We're going to turn around because we're not going to be working on this pineapple. So we've closed out. Bring my thread here to the front. And we're going to come directly into the second double crochet here, and we're going to slip stitch through it. So it's going to be closed out like that, okay? And then we're going to come in here and we're going to start to work only on that pineapple. So do your shell. Actually, sorry, we need to do the 5 chain, so we're not working directly in there. So we've closed out on the second double crochet with slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Now we're going to come and do the shell, because it's like the continuation of, you know, doing the sides with a 5 chain. So you do your shell. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come back in and close. So we're pretty much done with this pineapple here. Now it's just going to be a repeat of everything we have done until here. It's just going to keep going now. Okay. 3 chains for the pineapples. I'll meet you at the last shell. So I'm at the shell, 2 chain, I'm coming on this last loop, 2 chain again. We're going to turn around. Now remembering that the next row you will be doing, when we come back, we'll be doing the group of shell here to create the foundation of the next pineapple. So do your shell. One, 2, 3, 4 chain. So I'm pretty much doing 4 chains of 3, 4 chains of 4, and then 5, and then come back to 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'm reaching the end, 4 chains. We're only working on this pineapple. We're done with the first one. Do your shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn around. It's always going to be a repeat like this now. Do your shell. That's why I told you can put a marker at the beginning and follow through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just check here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 chain. On my next one, I'm doing 5 chain. And then continue on. Okay, everyone, so I've reached the end. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm going to come inside of this loop of 2 chain and create my shell again. So if you follow your pattern, you should know this is row 13 on this pineapple. 1, 2, and come into the next one. So we're going to come back to chain again, create the shell, and 2 chain. We're going to prepare for the next pineapple. I'm going to continue mine until the last one, and then I'll come back to you at the last one so we can close it in together. So we're doing 1 double crochet, 7 chain, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 double crochet again. 1, 2, and your shell. All you have to do is rewind the video also and take notes and put your closed caption on so you can read what I'm calling out the stitches take notes on it, make sure that you're on the right row with the right amount of stitching. Okay, so I'm going to continue mine until the very last one and then come back to you so we can close together with the first one. Okay? Okay, everyone, so I'm almost done. I have one more left to do. Well, 1.5 left, let's say, because I need to complete this one, which we are going to almost complete it. Soon we're going to start adding the last one to the pattern. Okay. So it all looks crumpled up. Don't mind it, even if it's like waving a bit like that, because normally I block mine with laundry softener mixed with a little bit of water. I spray and I stretch it. Now, for some of you, you have time, you can let it dry on your own. I don't have time, I have to keep up the tutorials. So I light steam iron after I've sprayed this through the back side of it and stretch it out, and then I light iron with a bit of steam, and it becomes very nice and straight and full once it's sprayed and steamed. You'll see it once I'm done. I mean, you can tell the difference now. It looks all like wobbly and no shape, but once I'm finished, you'll see how it's nice and stretched out and ironed out. Okay, so basically we are going to almost start the, so I'm doing my last loop here, 1, 2, and then on my way back I will start the foundation to the last pineapple and then do the attachment to the first one that we did. Okay, another reminder is, that's why it's important always to look ahead of the video. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 3 chain, then 4 rows of 4 chain, and then 4 rows of 5 chain, and then come back again to 4 rows of 4 chain. Okay, just to remind, some of you might say, well, I don't know how many she's done. So I did, as soon as I started the loops with 3 chains, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 with 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4 with 5 chain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 with 4 chain. Okay, and then of course the last one we close it in there as one. Yes. Okay, I thought I had made a mistake there somewhere, but I didn't. Okay, so basically I'm just turning back. Now once I come back again, then we're going to hook it on this one to start the shell, to start the foundation of the last pineapple. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of 3 chains. So I have 2 chains. I need 2 more of 4. Okay, and then continue on from there. Okay, everyone, so turn back. I'm going to do my 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to come inside of this 2 chain loop, create my shell, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. 1, 2 chain, skip the shell, and into the first one there. Okay, 1, 2, turn around, create your shell. 2 chain. Inside of this 5 chain loop, we're doing a double crochet and 7 chain. Back in the same space, another double crochet. So now we have our loop for our 18 double crochets. 2 chain, create your shell. Okay, and then proceed with your, so I have 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. I'm going to go with the 5 chain. 1 2, remembering that if your tension is tight, you could always do extra chains. Don't be shy about it. You don't need 2 crumpled up, right? 2 3 4 5, and 3 chains for the loops always in all the pineapples. Okay, everyone, we're pretty much closing out this one, and we're only going to have that one left. Okay, so closing out, so we're going into the second double crochet with slip stitch. After I've done my 4th chain, just show you guys here, 4 chain. So slip stitch, turn around, and coming back on the second double crochet again with slip stitch. So it's going to be like that. 1 2 3 4 5, and do your shell. So we're only going to work on that one last pineapple. Now, when we get, so we're going to continue to work on it until we get to the last loop, okay, and then I'll come back to you on the last loop here. Okay, everyone, so we hooked on the last one because now soon enough we're going to be attaching this. So I'm going to do my 2 double crochet. I'm going to do 1 chain, and I'm going to come in where we started the first one. We have the shell here and the shell here. So I'm going to come in on the center here with a single. I'm going to come back, complete my 2 double crochets for my shell, and not to have this stitch flopping around, I'm just going to come right at the edge here of that double crochet. I'm going to cut my thread because we need to work at the other end. So basically, we've attached it onto here. Okay, now we need to continue to attach it onto here. So we're supposed to turn around, right? Okay, everyone. So now we're supposed to be working backwards. We're supposed to turn our pattern. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to do either you tie it or you do your slip stitch knot as you're used to doing it. I'm going to do my slip stitch knot. And I'm going to work on this very first double crochet. Since we've tied into this one, I'm going to work on the very first one here. So we're going to turn our pattern and we're going to continue to complete the rest. So coming in, I'm going to do a slip stitch and my 4 chain. Try to hide this little thread. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to come in my pineapple that I was working on. 1, 2, 3 chain. 1, 2, 3 chain. So continue your 3 chain loops. So I've reached the end. I'm going to do my 5 chain to turn. And continue to do your shell. Same way as we've been doing. We're just attaching to the very first pineapple that we did. So doing my shell. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for the pineapple loops. Okay, so I'll meet you right at the edge of connecting. So I've reached the end, my 3 chains for the last loop here, the pineapple. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm going to come in the next row, the shell right after, and I'm going to connect with a slip stitch. Now I'm going to go through here to the next one with slip stitch. So I'm going to do the walk, as I call it, all the way up until the next, right at the top at the edge of the double crochet right there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Turn around and continue your pineapple. Now, if you find that it's too loose, you can do a 4 chain instead. 1, 2, 3, 3 for the pineapple loops. 1, 2, 3. Okay, continue yours and then do again your 5 chain or your 4 chain, how many you're doing, depending upon your tension. Your shell, your 5 chain going up, coming back again. I'll meet you back here again. I want to make sure that you're not lost. So I've done my 3 chain loops. I've done my shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to turn around. Do our shell. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3. Do your pineapple loops. So I've done my pineapple loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm coming on the next row right at the edge here on the corner. Slip stitch, and I'm going to do the walk again, going up to the next row. Okay, and then do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around and proceed the same way again. Do your pineapple loops, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So I've done my loops, almost missed one here, and I've done my shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around, do your shell. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, coming in and undo your shells again. 3 chain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So coming again at the corner here, slip stitch. Do the walk to the next row, slip stitch through that double crochet, and slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around and repeat again into your first loop, pineapple loop, your 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Continue your 5 or 4 chain, do your shell, do your 5 chain, return, and I'll meet you there. So here I'm doing only a 4 chain because I wanted to start closing in a little bit more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming into the next one right at the edge on the next row. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we pretty much did all the attachments on there. All we have to do now is just, actually I'm not going to do 5, I'm going to do a 4 chain. Coming in the last one here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming in that second double crochet. Turn around. And I'm just going to come in that same one we closed in with, like that. All we have to do now is tuck in the loose ends and block our pattern, iron it, get it nice and pretty and stretched out. Okay, I'll show you a little example here. So I'm on the back side of my pattern. So basically you would just spray, you don't have to like damp it, just spray enough and give it a good stretch. Get all those, of course, once you're blocking it, you have it, you know, on top of something or on the floor on top of a plastic bag, something like that, so you can have it nice and stretched out. And pull on it a bit so all your stitches can be nice and firm and stretched. Now it helps if you, in my case, I light iron and steam, so basically I get them all stretched out pretty well. But just that itself, just a nice stretch like that, you can see already that it's nice and flat. Now imagine with a light steamed iron. Well, my dear friends, I'm just gonna wrap up, tuck in my loose ends, cut my thread. We're pretty much done with this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this design of mine and this creation of mine. I think it's pretty, and you can go bigger. You can do a nice little tablecloth and things like that. And thank you so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's free. It costs nothing, and it helps us creators. Also, if you're to leave some comments, please be kind, be gentle. There has been a few comments that there is no need for. We're caring and loving people and women. We are the mothers of this earth. There's no need to be rude or nasty. Some of you have not learned to, you don't like something, move on. It's just simple as that. You just move on if it doesn't fit you. No need to hurt anybody's feelings or be rude about it. God bless you. Prayers for you and all of us. And until next time, everyone, thank you so much. Bye-bye. And yes, before I forget, I was almost forgetting that detail. At the beginning when we started, remember I told you it took 7 of these loops, right, to build that pineapple. Well, the rest of the pineapple, that's because it's the first one, it's the beginning one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All of the other ones are only 6 loops, okay? Just to remind you, because some of you might say, I know it's going to come back to me. Some of you might say, yeah, but she mentioned 7 loops. How come I'm only getting 6? Yes, 7 only the first one. And then it becomes 6 to all of the other ones, okay? So, again, as you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But the very first one is 7. All right, just on that note, in case you get confused and you don't need to like panic. That's why it's important to look ahead of the video all the time, because there's always little details that sometimes I forget to mention at the time and it's mentioned afterwards. And the purpose of it is to watch the video a little bit further before you create anything. And not just my channel, but anybody's channel for that matter. Or go right through the video, take notes, a few things, put your closed caption on, pause, read, take notes, row, whatever. If I called out the row, pineapples, I didn't call out really the rows. I called out more of the centerpiece than the pineapples, because it's kind of hard to count when you're starting row 1 here, but yet you're already on row 10 here. So there was no point for me to do that. It would just confuse you more. Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.